Hello and welcome. My name's James Davies from the TalentFinder team. Over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how small and mid-sized employers across the UK and Ireland are filling skilled roles, engineering, finance, legal, construction for a flat fee starting at £1,500 instead of paying a recruitment agency 15 to 25% of the salary. And that difference is not small. On a £45,000 hire, a 20% agency fee is £9,000. Our fee for that same role is £3,000. Same outcome assigned offer, £6,000 apart. Three things before we start, because I want to be completely straight with you. One, this is a recording, so you can watch it whenever suits you, pause it, and skip about. No pretending it's live. Two, at the end, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like to run your next hire through us and what it costs. So, there's an offer coming, there's no ambush, and three, everything you'll see is real. The case studies are real placements from the last few months with real timelines and real candidate numbers from our own system. We've removed client names because we take confidentiality seriously. Some of these were confidential hires. And here's the one thing I'll ask you to stay for. Near the end, I'll show you the piece of the agency fee model that nobody in recruitment talks about, the reason a percentage fee is structurally rigged against smaller employers. That's the bit that changes how you buy recruitment forever. Quick background so you know who's talking. TalentFinder has been trading for 10 years. We've served over 23,000 UK employers. We hold a 4.3-star Trustpilot rating. And we were a Department for Work and Pensions Kickstart Gateway. We placed 100 young people into jobs across 15 employers. We run a team of dedicated recruiters covering engineering, finance, legal, construction, and general commercial roles across the UK and Ireland. But the reason this training exists is a pattern we kept seeing. An employer with 20, 50, 100 staff needs one skilled hire. They try a job advert and they get a flood of unfiltered CVs and no time to sift them. So they call an agency and the agency quotes 20% of salary. For one £50,000 hire, that's a £10,000 invoice. And here's what struck us. The agency's work is roughly the same, whether the salary is £30,000 or £60,000. Same advert, same search, same shortlist. But the fee doubles. The fee tracks the salary, not the work. That's the broken piece. And it's what we built Guaranteed Hire to fix. Let me show you the maths on one slide, because this is the whole argument. A £45,000 salary. A typical agency at 20%, £9,000. The TalentFinder flat fee for that band, £3,000 fixed, agreed before we start, payment upon instruction. The difference, £6,000. That's not a discount, it's a different model. A percentage fee has three problems baked in. First, it scales with salary, not effort you're punished for hiring senior people. Second, there's no real risk transfer. Most agencies offer what's called a rebate ladder. Leave in month one, get some money back, month three less, and it shrinks to nothing. That's not a guarantee. It's a discount on failure. And third, the incentive problem. An agency paid on placement is incentivized to place someone quickly, not the right person carefully. The faster the CV lands, the sooner the invoice goes out. Guaranteed Hire flips all three. A flat fee by salary band, agreed before we start. A dedicated recruiter who manages the whole process. And if we don't fill the role in the agreed time frame, typically 3 to 6 months, you get a full 100% refund. Not a rebate ladder, your money back. Now, the obvious question, and I'd be asking it too, is this. If it's a quarter of the price, what's the catch? That's the next section. Here's the honest answer to what's the catch. Most of a percentage fee isn't paying for your hire. It's paying for the agency's sales machine, the business development calls, the account managers, the offices, and for the roles they worked on and didn't fill because contingent recruiters only get paid on a fraction of what they work. We strip that out. Our recruiters don't cold call to win work. The model wins the work. So the fee only has to fund the actual recruiting. Multi-board advertising, Indeed, Read, CV Library, Total Jobs, Monster Plus proactive search on LinkedIn and our own candidate database, plus a dedicated recruiter's time to screen, interview and shortlist. Do that efficiently and £1,500 to £4,000 funds it comfortably with margin. No mystery. There's a second reason we can price this way, and it's something percentage agencies never do. Before you pay anything, we run a talent pool assessment, market intelligence, salary benchmarking. A viability check, is this role fillable at this salary in this location? If it isn't, we tell you before you've spent a penny, and we tell you what would make it fillable. We only take instructions we believe we can fill That's why we can afford a 100% refund guarantee, and it's also why you should be suspicious of anyone who takes any role at any salary on pure contingency. But that's theory, so here's proof. A chartered accountancy practice in Surrey came to us with a business-critical, confidential hire, a payroll lead. Around 80 client payrolls depended on that seat. The salary band was around £30,000. We took the instruction on the 19th of June. Our recruiter sourced 25 candidates, ran 10 interviews, and presented a shortlist. The offer was signed on the 3rd of July. 14 days, brief to signed offer. The fee for that band is £2,000. A 20% agency fee on £30,000 would have been £6,000. £4,000 saved on a hire that couldn't afford to go wrong or go slowly. And that's the fastest recent one, not the only one. A mortgage advisor role filled in 21 days. A registered manager for a children's home in 27. An IT support role in 30. Across our recent placements, roughly half filled within 5 weeks. Now, the point isn't that every role fills in a fortnight. Some take 2 or 3 months, and the guarantee covers you either way. The point is that fixed fee does not mean slow, and it does not mean second rate. Second question people ask, couldn't I just post the advert myself? You could. And for some high volume roles, our £399 self-service advertising product is exactly right. And we'd rather sell you that than oversell you. But for a skilled hire, here's the problem. An advert only reaches the people who are reading adverts. And it hands you all of the sifting. When you instruct us on guaranteed hire, a dedicated recruiter, one named person, not a queue, takes the role end to end. They write the advert professionally. They distribute it across the major job boards. And they proactively headhunt on LinkedIn and our own database because the best candidate for your role probably isn't reading job adverts at all. Then they screen every application, run telephone, pre-interviews, and present you a short list of interviewed, interested, available candidates with a presentation pack, interview scheduling, offer support, and a weekly progress report. You interview 3 to 6 people worth your time instead of sifting 300 CVs that aren't. Where this really shows is niche roles. A bespoke joinery manufacturer in Derby needed a senior estimator with fire door compliance experience, a genuinely rare skill set at £50,000 to £55,000. This is exactly the role agencies quote £10,000 plus for because, quote, it's specialist. Our recruiter worked it properly. 14 qualified candidates identified, 45 recorded interviews and meetings across the process, 6 candidates good enough to go to client interview, 1 hired. The fee, £3,000 flat versus $10,500 at 20%. £7,500 saved on the hardest kind of hire. One more, because the scale surprises people. A construction fit-out firm near Dublin needed a finance manager with dual Irish and UK tax experience, VAT, RCT, C, a rare profile. Our recruiter sourced and screened 61 candidates to get to a short list of 6, and the role was filled. 61. Try getting that from one job advert, or from an agency that emails you the same 3 CVs everyone else got. Which brings us to the third question, the one that matters most. What if you don't fill it? Here it is, precisely, because vague guarantees are worthless. Every guaranteed hire instruction comes with our refund guarantee as standard. If we fail to fill the role within the agreed time frame, typically 3 to 6 months, you receive a full 100% refund, not a credit note, not a rebate percentage, the fee back. Why can we offer that when agencies won't? 2 reasons. The first is the talent pool assessment. We've checked the role is fillable before we take your instruction. The second is alignment. Because you've paid upon instruction, the only way we keep that fee is by filling the role. Our incentive is your outcome. A contingent agency's incentive is speed. Ours is completion. There are only 3 ways an instruction ends. 1, we fill the role, the normal outcome. 2, you fill it yourself or the vacancy disappears and we'll agree what's fair. 3, we genuinely can't fill it in the window, full refund. There is no 4th outcome where we keep your money and you have no hire. Where the model really earns its keep is senior hires. An 8-person independent insurance brokerage in Birmingham needed a senior account executive cert CII, qualified in the £50,000 to £80,000 band. The classic squeeze, too senior for a job advert to reach, and at 20%, an agency wanted 5 figures. We sourced 30 candidates, ran 13 meetings, presented 2 finalists, and 1 was hired in 47 days. The fee, £4,000. versus around 13,000 at 20% of that salary, 9,000 pounds saved, and the guarantee stood behind it the whole way. And the strongest evidence I can show you isn't a testimonial, it's behavior. A 100-year-old family food producer in Galway used us for one production role, then came back for a second, filled in 27 days, then instructed a third and a fourth. 4 roles in 4 months. Nobody comes back 4 times to a service that doesn't work. Across our recent placements, employers have saved a combined £100,000 plus against typical 20% fees. At the start, I promised that I'd show you exactly what working with us looks like. So here it is. This is the offer. When you instruct a guaranteed hire, here's everything you get. A dedicated account manager and recruiter one named Person Owning Your Role. Professional advert writing. Distribution across the major UK job boards. Proactive search, LinkedIn, plus our candidate database. CV screening and telephone pre-interviews of every credible applicant. A short list of interviewed candidates with a full presentation pack. Interview scheduling handled. Offer management support. A 30-day replacement guarantee on the placed candidate. Weekly progress reports. And standing behind all of it, the 100% refund guarantee. If you price that piecework, the advertising alone, the recruiter's hours, the screening, you'd be past £4,000 before anyone picked up a phone, which is roughly why agencies charge 9. And here's the price. A flat fee by salary band agreed before we start, payment upon instruction. For roles under 30,000, £1,500, 30 to 45,000, £2,000, 45 to 60,000, £3,000, 60,000 and above, £4,000, all plus VAT, and in Ireland, the equivalent bands in euros. There's also an optional add-on, a 12-month replacement guarantee. If the person leaves or is dismissed within a year, we rerun the whole search free. Let me anchor it once more. A £50,000 hire is £10,000 at a typical 20% agency. With us, it's £3,000. And if we don't fill it, you get the £3,000 back. So here's the next step, and it's deliberately small. Book a free 15-minute hiring cost review. You bring the role or the role you're about to open. On the call, we'll tell you 3 things. Whether the talent pool for that role is genuinely there, what salary the market will actually demand, and exactly what your flat fee would be versus what a percentage agency would charge you. If the role isn't viable, we'll tell you that too, and it's cost you 15 minutes. The booking calendar is right below this video. Pick any slot that suits you. Before we finish, let me take the questions we hear most. First, why do you charge upon instruction instead of on success like agencies do? It's a fair challenge, so flip it round. An agency paid on success charges you triple because most of their work never pays. You're subsidizing every role they fail to fill for someone else. A no-win, no-fee quietly means we'll work your role when it's convenient. Payment upon instruction means you're a client, not a lottery ticket, and the refund guarantee means the risk still sits with us, not you. Second, what if my role is really niche? Honestly, niche is where we're strongest, because we headhunt rather than wait for applicants. The fire-door estimator and the dual tax finance manager you saw earlier, both of those were, quote, unfillable roles. And the talent pool assessment protects you. If the pool genuinely isn't there, we say so before you pay. Third, how fast? Honestly, our fastest recent fill was 14 days. About half fill within 5 weeks. And a hard senior role can take 2 to 3 months. The agreed time frame is typically 3 to 6 months, and the refund backs it. Anyone promising you every role in a fortnight is lying to you. Fourth, do you know my sector? Our recruiters work engineering, manufacturing, finance, legal, construction, and care daily across the UK and Ireland. Every placement you've seen in this training comes from one of them. And if we don't know your niche, the assessment will show it and will tell you. Fifth, what exactly does the guarantee cover? Where's the small print? There's one condition, agreed in writing before you pay, the time frame typically 3 to 6 months. Role unfilled inside it, 100% refund. Separately, the placed candidate is covered by a 30-day replacement as standard, and you can extend that to 12 months with the paid add-on, and that is the whole of the small print. And sixth, what happens on the 15-minute call? Is it a sales pitch? It's a working session. Role, location, salary, we tell you if it's fillable, what it will really cost and what we'd charge. If the honest answer is, post a £399 advert instead, you don't need us, we'll say exactly that. You leave with a number and a decision. Either way, let me land the whole thing in 3 sentences. Percentage fees charge you for the salary, not the work, and on a £45,000 hire, that's £9,000 you don't need to spend. Guaranteed hire gives you a dedicated recruiter, a managed search, and an interviewed shortlist for a flat fee between £1,500 and £4,000 with a 100% refund if we don't fill the role. And the way to find out what it means for your next hire is a free 15-minute hiring cost review. The booking calendar is right below this video. One honest note on capacity: each of our recruiters carries a limited number of live roles at once because that's what makes the process work. So booking your review early gets your role assessed sooner. I'm James Davies from TalentFinder. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the review call.